Fuck you.
Drew.
Here.
And
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
East Coast Horror Group presents Dead On Movie Reviews.
Salutations and mutilations, you're listening to East Coast Horror Group presents Dead On Movie Reviews. Tonight, we will present horror movie reviews and lively debate here on EastCoastHorrorGroup.com and on future select Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join our live chat at that time by clicking on live shows and join us on YouTube Live. But you have to be on the YouTube page to join the chat. I'm your host, Tim Kretschmann, coming to you from the east coast of Lake Michigan. It's my honor to introduce the Faculty of Fear panel presenting tonight's lectures. And before I begin, everybody has been very patient because we had some technical problems getting on the air tonight. But we are running, or so I believe. So thank you all for tuning in. All right, well, first of all, I do have to mention that Mike, right down there, is on vacation this week. And so he will not be on the show. So that means more time for me, which I think everybody can agree is a good thing.
nope.
All right, let's begin with our guest panelist. She has been in over 11 films, including a film screened at the Atlanta Days of the Dead this year, Family Possessions, and is coming to Louisville. Or wait, I said it wrong. How am I supposed to say it?
Louisville.
Louisville. Okay, Louisville.
Exactly.
Currently, she's working on a TV supernatural movie that is making some waves called Hone. Did I say it right this time?
Nope.
I didn't.
Ham.
Han. Okay.
You're getting there. It's okay. It's the accent. You're good, Tim.
I'm working on it. I had a blast meeting her at Atlanta,
Wait, what's it
and
called?
it's Ham, right?
Haon. Noah spelled backwards, guys.
Noah backwards. I'm gonna call it Noah
okay.
backwards. It's a thrill to have her on the show again with us tonight, and it quickly becoming a fan favorite. Let's hear it for Tracey de Leon.
Woo-hoo.
Guys.
All right, and
Are you related to
unfortunately,
Ponce de Leon at all?
No.
No.
Not at all.
what? Okay.
Ponce de Leon. You know the funny story about Ponce de Leon?
Tell it.
My friend in college had a lamp that was a bust of Ponce de Leon, and we just left it on all the time so that we could say that we have a constantly on Ponce de Leon.
Good one, Drew.
Okay, well, he ain't great, but he's full of hate. He is little baby Drew face Poos Seidler.
You add a word every time. It's never the same fucking name. Never the same.
I actually have it
everyone.
written out
Thank
for
you
myself.
coming.
I have it written out for myself. Rambling up from his pit in Pittsburgh. Thank you both for coming on the show. And because we were having difficulty getting things started, I forgot to even ask you who's going to go first. I think we're going to go to our guest panelist, who is
Ooh.
very excited with her movie. I don't know if that's a good thing or she's getting to rip into something. So, I have to press this button too. There we go. Tracey, what have you been watching?
I watched The Loved One.
The Loved
I'm sorry,
One.
The Loved Ones.
Yes.
And it
Several.
is written and directed by Sean Brennan.
Okay. Tell us all about it.
Huh?
Tell us all about it.
Okay. So, I actually love the first 15 minutes of this film. I mean, I could relate to the character. I really actually got into everything that they were doing with the movie. It started to get a little freaky for me, like 30 minutes in, but I have to say, you guys, this is probably one of the best movies that I've seen in a while. I really enjoyed it. You got to see it. You have to see it. I don't want to give too much away, but if you haven't seen it, see it.
It is really hard to talk about this movie without giving away. There are like major plot twists almost every 30 minutes in the film, and you don't know, just when you think you got it figured out where it's going, it goes a completely different direction. Now, did you think it started slow, or did you really like it at the open?
I liked how it started because you got a feel for what he was going through emotionally, you know. So when it came to certain moments, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. It just showed you the softer side of the character, and that was beautiful for me. Now, I really enjoyed it. Oh, Drew, I got
this is why we have to have a female panelist, because I don't think Drew even has emotions. Now, Drew, I think you've seen this one too, right, Drew?
I have not seen it now.
Oh,
Drew, you have to see it. It is so good.
Maybe I will.
Good.
It is. Wouldn't you say it's one of the most? It's one of the most unusual horror movies I've seen in a long time, because you keep thinking it's going to be one thing and it turns around. It really actually starts. And stop me if I'm getting too spoilerific there, Tracy.
I will.
It kind of feels like it's the Breakfast Club. It feels like a John Hughes, like 80s high school angst movie, and it starts pivoting on you. Before you know it, you don't know where that thing's going. You know.
This is so hard. I don't want to give it away, and if I say just this one thing, people of our generation will understand and get it. Like, okay, I'm just gonna have to. Okay, like it's a cross between the John Hughes film and Misery.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Okay,
that's a great way to put it.
I mean, you just have to see this film. It's great, and the lead actor, I mean, he was amazing. I could not get enough of his character. Like, you could feel everything he was going through, and I think that is all related to the beginning, the first 15 minutes of the film, you know, where he brings you into his softer side. So you get the feeling of him, you know, just in general, his life, and then later on you kind of feel his sorrow and pain in just 1 second, one instance. You just feel that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you know,
my view.
You know, here's the thing I was impressed with was that first 15, 30 minutes, which almost feels like it's a different movie at the beginning. Every detail that you see during that, where you kind of like shrug your shoulders and move on, it pays off later in the movie.
Yes.
And it's such a tight script. It reminds me a lot of one of my favorite scripts, Back to the Future, where it's like nothing is shown on screen that doesn't pay off later in the movie, right? Because there's a couple of things where they show it early on, and at the time you think, this is just, you know, a detail, and it turns out to be a major plot point for you later. It's like watching a mystery unfold.
Yes.
I
mean, at first I was just like, how is this scary? But as soon as he was dragged, you knew everything was getting ready to happen. So
oh yeah,
I'm glad I chose this one for this time with you guys, because it was definitely better than my last review.
Well, I think it's a fun movie. It's from Australia, right? I think this one's from Australia. If
it is,
yeah. But
and it's beautifully written too. It's shot. I mean, the shots are beautiful too. I there's nothing not to like about this film at all.
Yeah, it's you know, and I guess one of the things that I've been saying about movies lately, and this really is, this is a movie you watch. This isn't radio. You don't just put it on in the background and that sort of thing and then screw around on Facebook. It's one that you got to sit down and put your eyeballs on. Isn't that right, Tracy?
Oh yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Don't miss one moment, because I mean it all ties in together, you know what I mean? And if you miss one, you're lost. Sit and watch the whole thing because it's worth it.
So don't be high when you watch it?
We didn't say that.
Drew, you can do whatever you want, all right? If you want to be, it might make it more enjoyable for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I'm forced to try it, I'll try it. Whatever.
Well, try it.
Well, let's go through the checklist. It's well lit, right? It's well lit. It's beautifully shot. There is an attractive cast.
Yes.
The story is good. There's decent amounts of blood and gore.
Oh, you'll get your share.
Yeah, at first you wonder how it's ever going to get worked in, and by the end you're like, my God, is it ever going to stop?
Right.
I mean, once it gets going, it really gets going.
Yeah, it does.
Times. I did.
God. Now, let's ask the important question, though. Were you actually frightened, or was it a movie that just made you uncomfortable? Or what type of emotions did you go through as you saw it?
I think I was frightened just in one moment of it, but the rest, it was just more like, okay, I'm going to refer back to Misery. You know, when she knocked that sledgehammer against the wood?
Yeah.
It's kind of like those moments. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
You know, not.
No, I get exactly what you're saying. It's those moments where you actually turn away from the screen, but you want to see it all, so you turn right back.
Yeah, right. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think it's time. Let's go to the report card here.
Do it.
So, what would you, on your report card, mark down the loved ones?
I'm going to give this one an A, guys.
An A?
An A.
Oh, wow.
Not an A minus.
Wait,
not an A plus.
That's huge. That's fantastic.
It's a good movie. I liked it.
Well, fantastic. And I'm glad to hear that because I recommended it to you and I was a little nervous. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's The Loved Ones, folks. I think it's available on most of the streaming services, and we'll have links to how to get to it on
That's
Amazon.
what I was going to ask. It was if it's on Netflix or what?
It's all over the place. It's all over the place.
What did you watch it on?
Well, we're just moving on now, Drew, to your film.
Are we not allowed to talk about that because they're not a sponsor? Is that what that is?
That is. There will be a nice Amazon link, everybody. So, Drew, what have you been watching?
Well, I watched a film called Clown.
Clown.
Was just Clown, CLOWN. Was made in 2014. Had some trouble with release. Finally got a release date of June 17th, 2016 here in the States.
Now, why do I think I thought I already saw this movie? Did I see another killer clown movie? There's like one every 3 weeks.
I don't know what you saw, Tim. Do I keep track of what fucking movies you watch? Why are you asking me the questions like that?
You know, you're hurting my feelings and I might cry, Drew.
Do we have to discuss feelings again, boys?
No.
Unless we go through this again.
The less we talk about feelings, the better. Believe that shit.
You know.
So anyway, I had some trouble release here in the States. I think from what the credits said, it looks like the Weinstein brothers distributed it. Eli Roth was a producer, had a big part in it, directed, and written by John Watts, who actually was the director of the newest Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming. That's done pretty well.
That movie's freaking phenomenal. That movie is phenomenal. They did a great job on Spider-Man. Just telling you. Dude.
Drew. It's Drew's turn, Tim.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Drew. I think we lost him.
No.
That sometimes happens. Drew, are you there? Oh, shoot.
Hung up on you, Tim. You hurt his feelings.
No, I didn't. He doesn't have any feelings. Let's go to the Tracey cam, everybody. I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Drew, are you there?
Oh.
Oh, he says he's here.
Drew,
We're not hearing you right now, Drew.
Mm-mm.
Speak louder. Boy, this show has really got it all. Okay.
He's trying.
I'm going to the chat room, everybody, for a moment. Let's see here. The chat room says, well, Ben likes Clown, and he doesn't seem to be looking forward to the Leatherface prequel. That's, I think, every American in the United States and abroad does not care about that thing.
No.
Kim?
That's one I would see. No.
Cannot believe we lost Drew here.
We'll come back. I know it. Hey, I see someone saying estrogen thing there. What is up with that?
What? Oh, shoot. Okay, everybody, we're attempting to get this back up and running. Let's see if we got Drew back. We got Tracy back. Hello, Tracy.
Hey, guys.
Okay, and I can't believe this is all happening on the same show. Ben is just laughing at us right now.
I'm sure. Who's Ben?
Ben is our most faithful listener. You could have met him in Atlanta. He always comes out to Atlanta. He dresses as a gigantic clown.
Really?
A very frightening clown that scares me quite a bit. Yeah, now Drew is sending things through chat like people can hear it. Here, I'll do Drew's voice. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, you're ready for this, right? Here we go. I'm going to be Drew.
Book me. I'm always down.
There he is. I heard him.
Yeah.
Book me. I'm always down for a good penis fest. I hate it more than anything.
There we go. Yeah, now he's just sending in his... You know what, Drew? Get typing. Here comes the review, everybody.
Let's go.
I'm Drew, and I'm here to tell you about tonight's movie, Clown 2016. Okay. And I don't use verbs very often.
Yeah.
So, okay. The movie Drew, Clown, is about a guy that finds a clown suit. And the clown suit is scary.
Yeah, you should just read what he says.
I thought I was doing a very good version of Drew there.
No, Tim, that was horrible.
It sounded almost exactly like him.
No.
It was eerie how good it was. Okay, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to put a pause on Clown while Drew figures out how to get back onto our call. And I'm going to get things started with my review and hope it doesn't fall apart. So,
let's go, Tim.
Okay, here we go. I have to press this thing. Hey, Tim, what have you been watching? I'm so glad you asked. I am reviewing Shin Godzilla. So, and I will tell everybody, let me just say just a little. I will tell everybody, I actually picked this before the gentleman that first donned the Godzilla suit passed away. I had seen this 2 weeks or like a month ago, but I wanted to do 47 meters down first and get that reviewed because it was still in the movie house. This movie is available only on some streaming services and it's kind of tough to get at, but it is the most recent Godzilla movie. It was made by I think they're called the Toho Studios, and it was put out as a live event a couple of months ago. Nice. So let's talk about Shin Godzilla.
Tell me about it.
So, Shin Godzilla, it starts and it doesn't really show Godzilla until you're about, I want to say, 10, 15 minutes into the film. And the first 30 minutes is just showing how the government reacts to the reality of a giant monster attacking their city. And it's kind of fascinating. There is a lot. I will tell you, what I saw was subtitled. I don't even know if a dubbed version is around. I would try to find a dubbed version once it's available, because my God, there's a lot of reading. Because what's going on is a lot of boardroom type meeting rooms where multiple people are talking at once, and the subtitles are just going by at a mile a minute. So that is tough, and it seems like you're reading the movie and not getting to see the visuals that much. Luckily, it's like every other Godzilla movie. You know, you got the subtitles going across the bottom when there's people, but the people don't interact a whole lot with the monster. Then they go to monster, a shot at a monster, and it's just a monster. So you get to see the monster plenty good, because nobody's like talking to Godzilla and saying, "Hey, please stop knocking over buildings." You know, it's that's good. But going back to the subtitles, the other problem is, and I don't know why they still do this, they use white subtitles, and a lot of times the bottom of the screen is white, and you're like, I can barely read it. You know, okay, let me tell you. Use yellow. Use some other color and put like a little shadow behind it. Can you tell I'm giving Drew time to try to get it? I mean, it's hard for you to read when it's white on white. It's just impossible. And I've seen black used sometimes too, and that's just as bad. Black on black, it's hard to read. So pick a different color, folks. Anyway, getting off of the subtitles. The first 30 minutes is very much about the political bureaucracy that's just incapable of dealing with a problem of this magnitude. And what is really cool at the beginning, it spends a little time kind of, what would the media reaction be to a giant lizard suddenly attacking Tokyo? What would this look like? And it's almost starting to go into parody land. You know, it's getting more and more of a parody, and it's becoming more entertaining. And then it just becomes a regular Godzilla movie where it's all about how are we going to vanquish Godzilla, you know, and it kind of degenerates at that point. For like the first 30 minutes is great. The other thing that's really cool is in the first 30 minutes, Godzilla in this movie evolves. So the first picture you see of Godzilla is ridiculous. He's got large googly eyes. He kind of shimmies across the ground, and he isn't standing upright. He's just a complete and utter mess. And he looks goofy, kind of like what I'm seeing right now. Can we hear you yet, Drew? Yeah, we still can't hear Drew for some reason, but we're getting to look at him, and trust me, folks, I'm saving you a lot of fearful looks. Oh my God. I should totally try to figure out how to throw him. Yeah, he turned off his camera. Okay. Anyway, it degenerates into standard fare, and the special effects are awesome. They're really pretty good. I couldn't tell how much of it was miniature work and man in suit, and how much was just flat out CGI. There was a real mix. Particularly, there's a lot of throwing around of cars and people, and just complete bedlam. So that was really good, and it doesn't take you out of the movie. A lot of times those Godzilla movies, it gets difficult. Hold on a second. I think Drew's calling. Hello, is that you, Drew? Okay, then please don't call. Okay, we got a call from somebody else. I figured it was Drew trying to get into the show. I don't know. So I just hung up on a stranger.
That's all right. We'll get over it. So how has the Shin Godzilla turned? I mean, what do you mean evolve? How does he?
Well, he starts and he's literally like a lizard with no arms or legs. He's almost snake-like. And as the movie goes along, he becomes larger. He gets up on his haunches. By the end, he's the Godzilla you know, standing up and going into buildings. He slowly gets his laser breath, which, by the way, if you do a YouTube search, there is an awesome shot of just him burning stuff to cinders with his laser breath. It's really cool, and it's really laser breath. It is not like the old fire that just looked like a flamethrower. This is like a directed beam of flame. It's kind of like you would have coming out of an acetylene torch. It's just it really is cutting right through buildings. It's destroying all sorts of stuff. Another problem, and this is a problem of almost every Godzilla film I've ever seen, the characters. I'm sorry, the characters are almost impossible for you to know who's who and what's what. They have about 85 characters. I don't know if you even see the same one 2-3 times in a row. It's really hard to get into the characters, and the characters don't seem to have a story arc. There isn't like, this is the guy that solves everything. There isn't some of the things that you would expect from a movie like this. You would expect that you would get a character that you get behind, and maybe a love story. Well, there is a kind of love story, but it's so lame and so sad, you find yourself not caring about it. It really doesn't work on that side. However, if you're looking for better effects than the other Godzilla movies, this is the one for you. And the first 30 minutes are solid. In fact, I don't remember if we have talked about this. I think some of the folks listening might remember this. Tracy, did you ever play a game called Sim City? Do you remember that game at all?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember there was a Godzilla mode where Godzilla would come and destroy your city?
I do not remember that.
Yeah, there was one. Trust me. I used it way too often. But this movie felt like Sim City playing the Godzilla mode. You just end up building your city, and here comes a monster knocking absolutely everything down.
And he evolves. I'm still not understanding.
Well, he keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Did he eat something? I mean, did he take a pill, blue or red? What's happening?
I really don't know. I don't know how it became such a gigantic creature, and he becomes, by the end, he's almost indestructible. It's to the point where if they do a sequel to this particular film, I don't know what they could do to wipe out Godzilla, because they make him almost completely indestructible, and all they can do is maybe slow him down a little bit. And it's kind of weird from that aspect of things. So the question really should be,
what is your...
I have to give it a grade at this point, and I have gone back and forth and back on this thing. Oop, that's yours still.
That's mine.
Yeah, okay. I'm not taking your grade. Don't worry.
No, you can't.
Don't worry.
You can't.
It's a good movie. It's an entertaining movie, but it's nothing new. You've seen everything that there is here to see. I'm going to have to, unfortunately, just give it a B. It's an entertaining film. If you like other Godzilla movies, you're likely to like this movie. But it's nothing really new or exciting. It's the same stuff, different week. Okay, so that's the end of my review. Drew, all throughout this, has been trying to get back online and has not been able to. We're not sure why he can't work his computer. I'm going to try one last ditch attempt.
Do it.
Let's see. My amount of technical support I've been doing today is crazy time.
That's
Let's
all right.
see. We're trying to get him in on a different account. Let's see, Drew. If you're listening, pick up the other line and just pick up the audio, sir.
Audio, Drew.
And it's kind of not going. Let's see. I'm gonna hang up the one, and let's see. Oh, did we get something? No, we got a fail on that call. Hold on.
Drew's being really bad.
Well, it's not his fault. Skype is going to get a strongly worded email later on.
I can't believe I'm not the one having that problem. Cause
yeah.
We'd be in trouble, Tim.
Yeah, this is.
We'd be in trouble.
Usually, honestly, when we have problems with the show, it is generally the other stuff. Skype is usually the thing that works. So that Skype is screwed up, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, and Drew completely got lost. Let's try one more time here.
Try it.
Yeah. Let's go. Little Poos Seidler here. He prefers to be called Little Baby Drew Face Poos Seidler, as everyone is aware. Okay. I'm going to actually have to edit this week's show. This is very irritating.
You're amazing, though. You'll get it right.
God,
You'll get it.
God,
How much don't make that face. That's a stressed out face, Tim. We don't like the stressed out face.
Getting it anyway. Ben, by the way, just sent us a chat that Shin Godzilla is a totally new interpretation, not a sequel to any of the previous Godzillas. That is true. It's completely new, different thing. And Drew still isn't picking up. So we will have to, I guess, wait for his clown review at a future time. We'll get the clown review, and it'll be extra special awesome at the time. Tracy, I think what we're going to do is we're going to ask you about what are you working on these days?
Well, we just wrapped on Hune. We are in the process of getting promotion.
Uh-oh, we lost her.
Really excited about doing that.
Hold on. We lost you for a second there. Drew was trying to get in, and he blew you out.
Drew.
It's being bad. Okay, tell us again. Start from the beginning, because we lost you right about the beginning.
You lost me?
Yeah, we lost you. Now you're back.
I'm back.
Okay, tell us about what you're working on.
I just wrapped on Hune. We actually just did a promotional photo shoot for them, and we're going to start promoting that pretty soon. And then I actually got a part just yesterday that a 14-year-old wrote. So I am really excited about that because I actually get to work with my coach. So it's going to be hard for me because I hold her in such high regard. But I'm gonna enjoy every moment of it because I'm actually looking forward to working with her because she's a light. So
fantastic. Yeah. And everybody can check out Tracey at her IMDb page, which I have on one of these. Here we go. And what you should do what I do, click on it about 6-7 times a day. Let's get that click count going up. And you got a couple other things you're working on as well. And of course, we should mention everybody can see the movie you're in, Family Possessions at
Days of the Dead in Louisville.
Yeah, so everybody should come out to that.
Please.
Also, other stuff going on the website, eastcoasthorrorgroup.com. We have a new we have a new author, and he is starting to put out a number of stories out there for everybody. Adam Holtzapfel is now one of our writers, and he's writing about indie movies and all sorts of good stuff there. So we aren't just podcasts anymore. We also have indie movies. We have the last Dead On Movie Reviews, which had no technical problems. And the last time also that Tracey has been on there is out on our website as well. We have a couple episodes of From Dusk Till Con Radio. And we have the Hall of Fame of Indie and the Godzilla panel that we talked about is also out there, and our George Romero panel. So a whole lot of excellent stuff. Here it is. Here's your last time on here, Tracey. July 11th. That's still available. That was way back when you did Babadook, which you kind of trashed a little bit. That was kind of fun.
I'm sorry. I had to be honest, Tim. I didn't like it.
We loved it. I love when you know what? We've talked about this a million times. It's almost better to have a trashed review than one where everybody is just kind of ho-hum on it. It's better to trash or to love it than to just kind of go, it was okay. So
I can't lie. That's just not me. I mean, I have to be honest. I can't give you something that's not true. Never gonna happen.
All right. Fantastic. Well, we're at the end of the show. Drew still hasn't got back in. He is swearing, I'm sure, wherever he's at, which actually makes me happy in its own way. Drew will be back. He is coming to do From Dusk Till Con Radio on Thursday. And Tracey, we're going to be working to try to find out the next time you can come back here on Dead On Movie Reviews in the near future, because we love having you on the show. So until next Select Tuesday, when we have our next Select Tuesday, remember to turn up the radio and turn down the lights, because if you turn the lights all the way off, it makes Drew look better. Good night, everybody.
Oh, God, you guys.
Oh, how many more technical issues could we have in one evening? It's amazing. Woo!
We made it!
All right, let's see if anything went out. Good night, everybody.